Hi, guys, welcome back. Tonight, we're going to listen to women who have absolutely no interest in having children. Let's hear what they have to say.
People think the reason I don't want kids is because I don't want to be a mother. And it's not just that. I also don't want to be a grandmother. Because you lot are forgetting that when you sign up for motherhood, you're signing up for grandmotherhood. You're mad. Me, Grandma London, never on this earth. When I'm 70, I want to be gallivanting all over the world, going to dinner parties and getting gently dicked down by artificial intelligence. Okay, I do not want to be looking after babies that aren't mine, looking after someone else's kids. I'm not doing it. So even if I met a guy tomorrow who had adult kids and I got with him, at some point, those adult kids will produce tiny babies and give them to me to look after. And I'm not doing it. No, because motherhood is not easy. Okay, I have written a book. I have 4 Guinness World Records. I don't care what anyone says. The hardest thing I have ever had to do to this date is buckle a baby into a car seat. Have you tried putting a child in a car seat? It's like, you think it's just going to be, no, it's 7 little bits and you have to put them in at the right time of day so they all align to click it in, click the square, put 7 bits in the place. And once the baby's in, the way my nails are set up, I can't get the baby out. Motherhood is hard. It's not.
Those car seats are a pain in the butt. Do you guys feel the same way she does? Don't want to have kids? Or are you old school and you want to have 5 of them? Let me know.
A lot of discourse about women not knowing if they want to have kids or not, and I can't really answer that question for you, to be honest. But I can definitely give you a couple reasons why you shouldn't have kids that I see women having them a lot for and then regret it later. The first one is that you need to find the love that you never had growing up. You think that having a kid, you're going to get this unconditional love, and you are, but it's absolutely not the same kind of love that you're looking for, because it's the kind of love that you pour into a lot and you don't get much back. You're not going to get the same love from a child as you would have gotten from a mother or a father. You're going to be the mother or father. So you cannot expect your kid to love you like a mother or father would. Like, I just think that's a recipe for disaster. To try to save a relationship. If your relationship is already in a rocky place, the chances of it failing after you have a kid is much greater than if your relationship is flourishing and it's nurtured and it's healthy. Kids make everything harder, and if you have expectations of your partner that they are already not doing, and then you add a kid onto that, the expectations are going to become greater and they are going to become more overwhelmed. The pressure is going to get worse, and you're not going to have the relationship that you think that you're going to have after children. A lot of the times, the relationship is put way at the bottom of the priority list because now the kid is way at the top. This is one I see a lot, because who's going to take care of you when you get older? Your kid could very well hate your guts when you get older. You could never hear from this kid again. The kid can grow up, become an adult, decide that they do not like you. They don't like how you raise them. They have a bunch of resentment towards you and move to Acapulco. I don't know. But you having a kid because you're hoping that that child will help take care of you in your old age is absolutely ridiculous. You cannot bet all your bottom dollars on that. Of course, I would never send my mom to a home because my mom is that girl. But yeah, you cannot bet your lucky stars on having a child take care of you in your old age. That's ridiculous. Don't have kids for that reason.
That is a bad reason to have kids, but I'd be willing to bet if that is one of the reason people do have kids, then they're probably going to treat the kids really nice, expecting them to take care of them. The truth is, if you have a wonderful relationship with your kids, they probably will actually try to take care of you as you get older. Sometimes it might be them just fitting the bill to put you in a home, but that's better than nothing.
New thing that I'm trying to do is be more vulnerable. And I feel that I may help other people as well who think the same way as me. So here are 5 very, very honest reasons of why I do not want to have kids. However, I reserve the right to change my mind at any time. But right now I'm team fuck them kids.
Good.
Number 1, the way I grew up, I'm not gonna lie, kids were deemed as a burden. I know the parents didn't want it to seem that way, but you guys did. You made it seem like a burden. And even now, as I'm an adult, I still feel like a burden sometimes to my parents. So I don't want a child to feel that way. Number 2, they are expensive as shit. I mean, honestly, I thought my dog was expensive. And then I've been learning how much diapers cost, how much daycare costs. I would rather get my nails done. No. Number 3 is, first I want to say that I think being a human is a beautiful journey. It took me a minute because I also was a team of, let's just get out of here. But now I want to be here. But I understand that it's very mentally taxing and it's a struggle. And honestly, I don't want to be responsible for bringing another consciousness into this world and having them to have to go through this. Just being real honest right now. Number 4, and I don't care how vain you think I am, my body. I don't want to get more stretch marks than I already have, even though I'm starting to learn to love them. I don't want to blow my pussy out. I don't want to not be able to feel the section between my fupa and my vagina from getting a C-section. I don't want my teeth to fall out. I don't want my vagina to turn purple. All the things that can happen as you are carrying a human in your body. I don't want it to happen. Oh, well, call me vain. I am. But number 5 is I never want to be tied to someone. I never want to be like, damn, I have to be with you for the good of the children. I have to stay because they got to see like this is okay. No. If this is not going well and it's very unhealthy and toxic, I'm out.
So here's the thing that worries me. It used to be out of every 10 girls, you would find maybe 1 or 2 that didn't really want to have kids. There's always been those types around forever, right? Nowadays, it seems like 8 or 9 girls out of 10 don't really want to have kids. Now, I'm sure I'm exaggerating a little, but doesn't it seem like most of them don't want to have children? It's a little scary.
I'm a 30-year-old woman. And this week alone, my mother-in-law, my boss, and my cleaning lady have told me that I need to have a baby in the next 5 years. See, I didn't realize we were still telling women what to do with their bodies. You know, you're always told that there's a lot of pressure from society to have babies and to have babies young or whatever. But what no one tells you is it's not just pressure, it's like people are explicitly telling you what to do.
Hey, there might be a clue there. If your mom and grandmother are asking you to have a child, it might mean because as you get older, you get lonely and wish you had some grandchildren around. I'm telling you, there could be some signs here that we're missing.
Ever want kids? Like, I don't know. I just never really had the desire to have children. I think they're amazing. I think they're beautiful. Like, I love my nephews and my nieces and stuff, but I personally never had a desire to have kids or to want kids. I don't know. Like, is anybody else like that? I know a lot of people don't like that.
I think kids are so out of control nowadays that it's no wonder young adults don't want to have kids. That's what I think.
When are we going to stop asking women who are almost 30 when they're going to have a child? I am lucky to be child-free by choice. There are so many reasons why I don't want to have a baby, and I'm going to tell you them all right now because I know there are so many women of my age who are almost 30 who feel this pressure so immensely by society.
She does kind of look like a mom, doesn't she?
And it's crazy because you could literally be 90% sure that you don't want children. That other 10% is fueled by other people's opinions, and honestly, it eats me alive on a daily basis, even though I know I definitely don't want to have kids. Really like my life. I'm super selfish. I like to spend money on myself. I also don't think I'm mentally stable to have a child because my anxiety, I would worry about every single little thing, and that is not something I'm prepared to put myself through right now. I know I'm going to get some hate for this reason. Like the thought of my body changing and not feeling comfortable in my own skin. I know that's really shallow, and I know a lot of women probably have similar insecurities, but I am not willing to go through that mental struggle that I know I will have to go through when I see my body change after having a baby. I know the effects of having a baby on my body are going to really bother me. Another reason is that I am not willing to have family give up their spare time to look after my child. I know that sounds ridiculous, but in a lot of circumstances I know people don't have any choice but to have family look after their children while they go to work, and I'm not willing to put the burden of my child on someone else when they can be living their life and using their free time how they please.
That's the easy part of being a mom. You drop the kids off at at grandma's house. That's the benefit of being a mom. That's one of the few benefits. That's the easy part.
A lot of family do offer to look after children and they don't mind doing that. That's just a personal opinion of mine. I do not wish to have a child. Me and my partner have got very busy lifestyles. He's always doing lots of things and so am I. And that's separately and together. And adding a child to the mix, I just can't see where that would fit in. The main thing that annoys me about not wanting a child is when people say, oh, you'll change your mind. Why do I need to change my mind? It's a decision that I can make freely, and if I choose to exercise that right to not have children, I absolutely will. I'm happy being the rich, cool auntie. I am an auntie to 11 nieces and nephews, and they use...
God, if you're rich, have some children. Okay, so listen, It's your right if you don't want to have kids. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But let's say this. Let's say you meet the perfect guy or you meet the perfect girl. Be open to it. Things change. If you're rich, God, the number one reason not to have kids is because you're flat broke, right? If you're rich, have some kids.
So I find that when I share that I don't want kids, the people who start foaming out their mouth are usually the people who have lost themselves within having their children. The people that don't have lives outside of their children will start foaming out the mouth, telling me that I'm selfish. Whereas the people who actually took their time, one, having kids, so they didn't have kids, like they wasn't in a rush. They took their time. They had an identity before having said kids. They have an identity out after having kids. Their relationship with their husband's thriving. They tend to be like, I understand. And maybe your mind will change. And maybe, but you take your time. You find a good, like, it's just such a difference. And that's why I say misery needs company. Usually the people who are foaming at the mouth telling me that I'm being selfish are the people who are probably regretting it.
I don't think you're selfish if you don't want a child. My thinking is, like I said, meet the right person and maybe you'll change your mind. If you never do, just try to live your life as a good human being. There's nothing better. Also, the previous person, if you have nieces and nephews and you don't have any children of your own, love them that much more. People love their aunts and uncles.
Like a stressful day of work, and there's someone in your fucking house who's like asking you questions like, what are we eating for dinner? Shut the fuck up.
Again, I have a teenager who is about to graduate from high school next year, and a kid that just started kindergarten. And then I turned around and had a baby. Genius me. But anyway, so I don't have any like leftover toys, any leftover like stuff for babies because again, I started over. Why was a high chair $80? Excuse me, that's ghetto. The walker was about $80 too. These things are ghetto. Why are these things so expensive for the baby? She don't need no high chair that move her up and down or whatever. She need a chair with a little table thing on it so she can play and mess up food.
That's kind of crazy that she has a high school student and then a kindergartner and then a brand new baby. That's quite the age difference there. I took my daughter when my granddaughter was first born, and we went to go get a stroller, and I was just amazed at how expensive certain strollers cost. They get super expensive.
Y'all still out here having kids. Y'all still out here letting these men impregnate y'all.
Only a couple.
Mind you, I do have a child. One and done. She's 7. I don't want any more kids. It's too much. Too much. I don't care. For you to have 2, 3, 4, 5? Girl.
Girl, that is too many. Listen, I hope you guys hit subscribe. I hope you hit the thumbs up button. And I hope if you're thinking about kids, that you make sure you're with the right person and it makes sense for you. I also hope that you come back tomorrow and watch some more videos with me. I'll see you then. Have a good night.